Have you ever felt like your mind is under siege? Your own emotions holding the blade? You want to stay calm. You want to respond with clarity. But instead, you react. You overthink. You spiral. That's not weakness. It's a pattern, one that most men were never taught how to break. Your mind and your emotions, two forces meant to work in harmony, often end up at war. One shouts, the other shuts down, and you're left stuck somewhere between overreaction and emotional withdrawal. But Stoicism offers a different path. The Stoics didn't believe peace meant escaping pressure. They believed it came from building power within. They didn't chase emotional highs or hide from hard moments. They trained their minds to be still, to respond with reason, to act with intention. In this video, you'll learn how to stay calm, no matter what happens. Not surface-level tips, not trendy tricks, but time-tested mental disciplines built for real men under real pressure. You're not broken, you're just untrained. And that changes, starting now. If you've ever lost control and regretted it, if you felt ashamed of how you reacted, if you've wished for a calm, focused mind in the heat of the moment, you're not alone. You're exactly who this is for. So stay with me, and if this speaks to you, like, subscribe, and share it with another man who needs it. Let's get to work. Don't let the storm outside in. A man loses control the moment he lets the chaos outside dictate his state inside. Not because the world broke him, but because he opened the door. It starts small. A coworker disrespects you. Your partner says something sharp. A stranger cuts you off in traffic. And suddenly you're not leading, you're reacting. Fists clench, breath shortens. The outside world pulls your strings, and you move like a puppet. We're taught this is normal. I have a temper. He made me angry. But pause and ask, who really has the power in that moment? What you let in, you empower. And when you allow the external world to invade your inner state, you lose the one thing Stoicism protects above all, your emotional command. The Stoics never promised a calm life. They trained for one. Marcus Aurelius, surrounded by war, betrayal, and chaos, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The battlefield isn't out there. It's your reaction. The enemy isn't them. It's the reflex that absorbs every disturbance as if it belongs inside you. In today's world, triggers are constant. News, emails, social media, subtle judgments. You'll be provoked. But you don't have to be possessed. A Stoic man builds what most lack today, an internal gate. Imagine this. You're in a room. Someone mocks your idea. All eyes turn to you. You feel it rise. The tension, the heat, the instinct to fire back. But instead, you breathe. You hold, not out of fear, but out of strength. You don't let the storm in. You respond with presence, not panic. That's not avoidance. That's discipline. Most men were taught to react. We saw it growing up. Fathers yelling, men proving dominance through volume or violence. But under all that noise is fear. Fear of looking weak. Fear of losing control. The Stoic sees it differently. He knows a calm man is not afraid of being misunderstood. He doesn't need to win every moment. He needs to own himself. And yes, you'll slip. You'll react when you meant to remain calm. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But each time you learn, you sharpen, you train, you're still learning, still rewiring old habits. The goal isn't to never feel anger. It's to stop obeying it. That moment when you feel provoked, that's the training ground. You don't need to speak it aloud, but inside you ask, do I want to let this in? Is this mine to carry? Because what enters, stays. And what stays shapes you. Stoicism isn't cold detachment. It's refined control. It's the skill of choosing what gets to live in your mind and what dies at the gate. You don't need the world to be quiet. for you to be still. You need only to remember. You own your reaction. So the next time the pressure comes, pause. Don't flinch. Don't fight. Let it hit the gate and stand still. That stillness isn't surrender. It's where the real war is won. Start simple. Choose one trigger today, just one. Don't fight it. Don't react. Just notice it and choose not to let it in. That's where control begins, and that's where you begin. Now, speak to yourself with clarity and respect. No one hears your voice more than you do. And yet, most men speak to themselves in ways they wouldn't tolerate from anyone else. You make a mistake and quietly mutter, "Idiot." You forget something and think, "What's wrong with me?" You try and fail, then say, "Of course I can't do this." These aren't just passing thoughts. They're bricks. And brick by brick, you build a prison of self-attack. One that keeps your mind tense, your emotions heavy, and your confidence bleeding out. The world outside is hard enough, but many men are losing a war inside. Quiet, constant, and often unnoticed. Stoicism doesn't avoid that war. It confronts it directly. The Stoics believed your inner world is your responsibility, your thoughts, your judgments, your emotions. This is where your freedom begins, or ends. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote not to impress others, but to strengthen himself. His meditations weren't performances. They were practicing. They cut through ego, fear, and self-pity, not with cruelty, but with clarity. That's a powerful distinction. Too many men confuse harsh self-criticism with discipline. They believe if they're hard enough on themselves, they'll become strong. But that voice inside doesn't sharpen you. It wears you down. It doesn't build resilience. It builds shame. And shame doesn't make you grow. It makes you hide. Stoicism teaches something different. Speak to yourself like a man worth following, because you are. If your mind is your territory, your self-talk is your command center. Picture this. It's late. You broke a promise to yourself, skipped the workout, snapped at someone, didn't follow through. You feel that familiar frustration, not at others, but at yourself. This is the crossroads. You can lash inward with judgment, or pause, and give your mind something better. Say, "I missed today, but I choose strength tomorrow." That shift, that's emotional self-mastery. It's not guilt controlling your next move. It's you leading yourself with calm clarity. The problem isn't that men feel too much. It's that we've been taught to see gentleness as weakness. We're conditioned to believe that unless the voice in our head is harsh, we won't improve. But that voice doesn't build progress. It often builds paralysis. Real resilience isn't born from condemnation. It's born from direction. And Stoicism, it's deeply directional. It doesn't waste energy on self-pity or self-punishment. It simply asks, what's in your control? What will you do next? This isn't about sugarcoating failure or feeding your ego. It's about speaking truth. Stoic self-talk doesn't flatter. It doesn't fantasize. It reminds you, yes, you've got flaws, but you're still capable. Yes, you failed, but you're not finished. It challenges without shaming. And that's the space where real strength begins. So the next time your thoughts turn against you, don't fight back with noise. Interrupt them with something clear and firm. I don't need to attack myself to move forward. Then redirect. Don't dwell on what you didn't do yesterday. Name what you'll do now. Because your future isn't built from regret. It's built from repetition. Speak to yourself the way you want your mind to grow. What you repeat, you reinforce. In practice, keep it simple. Start each morning with one clear sentence. Not a chant, not a mantra, just a decision. Today, I choose clarity over chaos. Write it, whisper it, live it. That voice becomes rhythm. And over time, that rhythm becomes your edge. The present moment is where peace lives. A distracted mind is a disturbed one. And most men live far from the only place peace is ever possible. Right here, right now. We replay past mistakes like broken records. We fast forward through imagined disasters that haven't happened yet. Meanwhile, the present, the only place action lives, is left unattended. You might be standing in one place, but mentally you're scattered. And that disconnection, that's the root of inner chaos. A mind pulled in 10 directions has no clarity, no control, no strength. Stoicism brings you back, not because the past is irrelevant or the future meaningless, but because neither one can be controlled right now. What's real is this moment, what you choose, what you allow, what you say, do, and believe now. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, confine yourself to the present, not to escape, but to lead. Because when your mind is fully here, it can act with precision. When it's elsewhere, it reacts with emotion. But most men don't even realize they've left the present. They confuse overthinking with preparation. They mistake fear for foresight. They believe that reliving the past might somehow fix it. But the past doesn't need fixing. It needs releasing. And the future? It doesn't need control. It needs presence. Every time you drift, your emotions get hijacked by something you can't touch. That's how stress builds. That's how anxiety spreads. That's how you quietly lose your edge. Think of your mind like a blade. When it's sharpened in the present, it cuts clean through distraction. But left exposed to the weather of memory and fantasy, it dulls. You lose timing. And timing, for a man, is everything. Calm isn't about slowing down. It's about knowing exactly when to move. And you can't do that if your feet aren't planted in now. Picture this. You're having dinner with your family. You're sitting there, but your mind is somewhere else. Work, that argument, the message you forgot to reply to. You're there, but you're not in it. And just like that, the moment passes. Connection fades. You were present, but not present. That's how years slip away. One distracted moment at a time. The Stoic doesn't live like that. He trains his mind to return. When distractions rise, he doesn't chase them. He notices. He resets. When pain resurfaces, he doesn't wrestle it. He accepts it, then refocuses. When fear speaks, he doesn't argue with it. He breathes. He acts. Because the present isn't just peaceful, it's powerful. That's where emotional control begins. Not by running from feelings, but by meeting them directly, here and now. This is where most men falter. They try to outthink their emotions. They want a plan before they're willing to feel. But Stoicism doesn't ask you to pre-solve life. It trains you to stand steady in the middle of it, especially when the answers are unclear. Your calm doesn't come from having control over everything. It comes from mastering your attention, right now. So how do you train this? Simple. Throughout the day, when you feel your mind drifting into yesterday or racing toward tomorrow, pause. Ask yourself, where am I? Then return to what's in front of you. Look, listen, breathe, respond. The more you do this, the faster you return. And the faster you return, the calmer your mind becomes. Start now. This moment, this breath, is all you truly own. And when your awareness fully inhabits it, something shifts. Your emotions stop leading you. You start leading yourself. That's presence. That's peace. And that's the foundation for everything that follows. Let go of what no longer brings you peace. Ask yourself, how much are you still carrying that no longer serves you? Not in your hands, but in your mind. Old grudges, past failures, the betrayal that still echoes, the guilt that tightens your chest. Every man has a mental shelf stacked with emotional weight he doesn't know how to put down. And over time, that weight doesn't stay quiet. It turns into restlessness, irritability, anxiety, and a mind that can't sit still, no matter how silent the room is. Letting go isn't forgetting, it's creating space for your strength to return. We often confuse holding on with being strong. We think remembering the pain keeps us in control. But in truth, it's the pain that remembers us. It interrupts focus, hijacks reactions, and buries calm beneath old stories. The Stoics approached this differently. They understood that clinging to what no longer aligns with reason is a form of suffering. What happened may have shaped you, but it does not deserve to define you. A man who cannot let go is not anchored, he is chained. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, and it's won by letting go of what lies beyond your control. That includes the past, that includes how someone hurt you, that includes the mistakes you keep reliving. Holding on doesn't give you power, it drains it. Letting go, that's how you reclaim it. Imagine your mind as a home, but it's filled with old furniture, broken frames, piles of things that don't reflect who you are anymore. There's no room to move, no air, no clarity. Every step you take bumps into something you no longer need. You want peace? Make space for it. Letting go is the act of opening windows, clearing out what's stale, and choosing to live only with what supports your purpose. The mistake many men make is thinking that release equals weakness. So they grip anger, believing it proves they still care. They hold on to pain because it feels like justice. But pain isn't justice. It's just repetition. Suffering doesn't strengthen you, not when it's self-inflicted. The Stoic understands this. Resentment doesn't punish your enemy. It poisons your peace. True discipline isn't found in holding on. It's found in recognizing what no longer deserves space in your mind. Think about the energy you've spent replaying what should have gone differently. The conversations, the regrets, the imagined rewrites. That same energy could have built strength, clarity, direction. But it didn't, because it was tied up defending memories that no longer serve you. You cannot build something new while staying loyal to what broke you. Letting go doesn't mean you approve. It means you've stopped handing your emotional power to things outside your control. It means you've chosen stillness over struggle. A quiet mind isn't empty. It's simply unburdened. And when you detach from old pain, you don't become cold. You become clear, and clarity is where calm is born. Start small. One grudge, one guilt, one wound. Acknowledge it. Thank it for what it taught you. Then release it, not because you forgot, but because you're done living under it. You weren't built to carry every weight forever. You were built to rise through them, then move forward, unhindered, clear, and grounded in purpose. Letting go isn't collapse. It's a reset. Not weakness, but silent power. The kind of power that doesn't shout, the kind that frees. And each time you choose it, you walk lighter, think sharper, and lead yourself with quiet authority. Protect your energy from the unnecessary. Energy is your most limited currency. Every thought, every emotion, every reaction, it costs something. But most men don't track what they're spending. You start the day with a full supply. Yet by noon, you're drained, not because of meaningful effort, but because of unconscious reaction. You handed your energy to petty arguments, imagined insults, people who drain instead of build, and situations that don't deserve a second thought. Peace isn't a passive feeling. It's a result of guarding your energy. And a Stoic protects his attention like a warrior guards the gate. He doesn't engage in pointless battles. He doesn't defend himself to noise. He knows most things don't deserve a response. But modern life tempts you otherwise. It tells you to react fast, prove yourself, match chaos with chaos. Someone cuts you off, you chase. Someone mocks you, you fire back. A colleague says something passive-aggressive. You carry it the rest of the day. Without realizing it, you give away your power. You're not acting, you're being pulled. The Stoic mindset shifts that. It teaches you to pause and ask, is this worthy of my energy? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You always have the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to turn things over in your mind. You can walk away, mentally and emotionally, not to avoid reality, but to protect your clarity. Emotional self-control isn't suppression, it's strategic focus. It's knowing that your attention is your power, and guarding it without apology. Imagine walking through a long hallway. Each open door calls your name, grabs your sleeve, tries to pull you inside. Some rooms hold urgent matters, most don't. If you stop at everyone, you'll never get to where you're going. That's how distractions work. They don't always arrive in chaos. Sometimes they show up as guilt, obligation, or subtle social pressure. But if you pause long enough to listen, you can tell the difference between what's essential and what simply wants your attention. Here's where many men misstep. They believe walking away is weakness, that silence equals surrender, that not engaging means losing. But the man who understands his energy knows better. He's not here to win every moment. He's here to win the long game. His clarity, his direction, his inner peace. Stoicism doesn't teach avoidance, it teaches precision. You're not running, you're choosing where to walk, and more importantly, where not to. This is the emotional edge. While others burn themselves out chasing every distraction, you conserve. While they fight to be right, you protect your peace. That's not passivity, that's strategy. Emotional precision is rare in a world addicted to noise, so train it daily. When something provokes you, pause. Ask yourself, will this matter tomorrow? Will this shape the man I'm becoming? If the answer is no, breathe, redirect. Your stillness becomes your shield, your silence, your strength, your energy, your edge. No man loses his calm all at once. He loses it drip by drip through needless reactions and careless engagement. But the Stoic holds the line. He decides what's worthy. He chooses where his energy flows. And in doing so, he protects what most men waste without thinking, the very power that makes him unshakable. Be patient. Calm is not a gift. It's a skill. Everyone wants to be composed, until life gives them a reason not to be. You try to stay centered, but then someone lies, breaks a promise, says the wrong thing, and suddenly you're triggered. The reaction comes before the thought. Then shame follows. Why did I lose it again? I thought I was past this. What most men don't understand is that emotional calm doesn't arrive all at once. It's not a switch. It's not something you simply become. It's something you build, like any meaningful skill. Through repetition, through failure, through showing up again and again. Patience is not just about waiting. It's about enduring without falling apart. Emotional discipline isn't proven in a single moment of silence. It's forged in 1,000 imperfect choices, where you chose to breathe instead of break. The world teaches that strength is loud, fast, and reactive. But the Stoic knows real strength is quiet, measured, patient with progress. You won't transform in a single book, a single meditation, or a single week. Emotional mastery is not a leap. It's a rebuild, brick by brick, decision by decision. You learn to pause before you speak, to feel without being consumed, to create space between your emotion and your action. That space, that small gap, is where calm lives. And that space grows with patience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "No great thing is created suddenly." He wasn't just talking about empires. He was talking about you, your character, your response, your inner world. You can't expect calm to flourish in a mind trained for chaos. That would be like planting seeds and shouting at them to grow. The Stoic doesn't force. He cultivates. He understands. Growth in stillness is slow, but powerful. And this is where most men give up. They try for a few days, maybe a week. Then they get triggered again and say, "This doesn't work. I'm just an angry person." But that's not the truth. That's impatience talking. You're not failing. You're training. And every time you choose stillness when chaos invites reaction, you're getting stronger. Quietly, steadily, with purpose. But that's not failure. That's part of the training. Emotional calm isn't measured by never being shaken. It's measured by how quickly you return to center. The Stoic doesn't pretend he never feels the storm. He just refuses to become it. Picture a man climbing a steep hill with a heavy pack on his shoulders. Each step is earned. Each inch requires effort. Then he slips, falls a few feet. The average man drops everything and quits. But the Stoic, he resets his grip, tightens the straps, and climbs again. Because he understands. The goal is not perfection. The goal is resilience. This kind of patience isn't soft. It's forged through discomfort. It takes grit to sit with tension instead of escaping it. It takes humility to admit you're still learning. It takes emotional strength to choose restraint even when anger feels justified. But that's where self-mastery is built, in the quiet friction between who you are and who you're becoming. So how do you live this? You start by redefining what success looks like. Stop measuring your growth by how many days you stayed perfectly calm. Start measuring it by how often you felt yourself drift and chose to return. When you slip, you don't need to start over. You continue. When you fall short, you don't shame yourself. You adjust. That shift alone, from perfection to presence, is a form of strength. Every time you choose patience, you rewire your mind. Not instantly, but gradually, layer by layer. What once triggered you will lose its grip. What once drained your energy will pass like a shadow. And that quiet shift, that's how calm becomes your default. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. End each day with one question. Where did I return to myself today? Let that be enough, because over time, that return becomes instinct. And instinct, trained with patience, is how the Stoic remains calm, in pressure, in chaos, and in himself. Prepare for the worst. Be grateful for the best. If your peace depends on life being easy, then your calm is fragile. True calm is built in extremes, through readiness for loss and appreciation for the present. A man who is only steady when life is smooth isn't steady. He's simply untested. But storms come. People change. Plans fall apart. The Stoic doesn't just hope it won't happen. He trains for it. Preparation is not pessimism. It's self-respect. It says, I will not be caught off guard by life. Not because you fear disaster, but because you respect the unpredictable. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity. You visualize challenges not to worry, but to strengthen your mind. You don't prepare because you expect failure. You prepare because life doesn't always give warnings. Think of a firefighter. He doesn't wait for flames to learn how to respond. He rehearses. He trains his breathing. He checks his gear. So when the heat rises, he moves with clarity, not panic. The Stoic does the same. He visualizes the emotional fires. What if I lose the deal? What if she walks away? What if everything changes tomorrow? Not to scare himself, but to stay calm when the moment comes. But preparation alone isn't enough. The other half of calm is gratitude. While you prepare for what may go wrong, you anchor yourself in what's already right. You train your eyes to see beauty, your breath, your awareness, your ability to grow, your chance to choose again today. Because when you truly see what's working, you stop needing more just to feel okay. You stop chasing emotional highs, and instead, you learn to stand still in peace. The strength of enough. There's a rare kind of strength in knowing when to brace and when to breathe. Most men live at the extremes, always guarded, tense, waiting for something to break, or lost in comfort, unaware, until life wakes them up. But the Stoic lives in both spaces. He accepts that things can fall apart, and still finds beauty in what stands today. He doesn't numb, he balances. That balance is often misunderstood. Some believe, if I prepare for loss, I'll lose joy. But it's the opposite. You feel joy more deeply because you know it's not promised. You say thank you, not from obligation, but from awareness. Awareness that nothing is guaranteed, that what you love could be gone in a blink. That kind of clarity turns simple moments into something sacred. The sound of your child's laughter, the breath of a quiet morning, the silence after surviving something hard. And when things do break, you don't panic. You've already trained for this. Not because you expected suffering, but because you respected life enough to prepare for both sides. You're not caught off guard. You've been practicing peace. That's how Stoicism transforms calm from a fleeting feeling into a daily discipline. So how do you live this? Every morning, take 2 minutes. Visualize one difficulty you may face today. See yourself responding. Not perfectly, but with composure. Then, name one thing you're deeply grateful for. Something you'd miss if it vanished tomorrow. Let that thought ground you. Let it remind you what matters. That's how emotional resilience is built. Quietly, consistently, without applause. And others will feel it. They'll sense your stillness. Because a man who prepares inwardly moves differently. A man who expects nothing yet prepares for everything. Who holds gratitude in one hand and strength in the other. He doesn't just survive life. He meets it. With trained calm and a steady mind, no matter what it brings. Calm isn't found, it's built. And like anything worth building, it takes time, repetition, and purpose. Today, we walk through 7 Stoic principles designed to help you reclaim control. Not just over what you feel, but over how you respond, how you lead yourself, how you protect your peace. You've seen that calm isn't weakness, it's wisdom in motion. Your inner strength doesn't come from easy days. It's forged in challenge, in how you carry yourself when everything shakes around you. You've learned how to return to the present, how to speak to yourself clearly, how to walk away from noise without guilt, and how to be still, even when emotion demands action. The world won't stop testing you, but now you don't have to react out of habit. You get to respond from a place of discipline. That's the Stoic path. Calm is a habit, strength is restraint, peace is a choice, made moment by moment, especially when it's hard. So make this real. Don't just absorb it, apply it. Pick one habit, repeat it daily. Start your morning with intention. Pause when pressure hits. Guard your energy like it's sacred, because it is. With each choice, you sharpen your emotional clarity, strengthen your peace, and become unshakable under pressure. Now I want to hear from you. What principle spoke to you the loudest? What challenge are you learning to face with calm? Drop it below. Your story might be the reason someone else finds their stillness today. Keep showing up. Keep strengthening your calm, one deliberate moment at a time.